Hi, and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my buddy Andy Sherman with us. Good morning, Andy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Kevin, great to see you again.
So, Andy, I brought you on the show today because I want to talk about some of the common things you see people maybe perhaps do wrong when they're trying to grow their business. What would be the first mistake you see, my friend?
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of crazy because the theme is that we really do get it wrong sometimes, and I speak from personal experience, and I got the battle scars. So if I can help some of my friends and clients avoid some of these mistakes, really happy to do it. But number one that I see, and this is small companies, and when I say small companies, maybe startup all the way to 25, 30 million. Really common is a focus on the product or the service, and that's your baby, right? So you want to focus on it. It's pride and joy. But what's missing there, and what's fundamental, is to focus on the customer. And this sounds like trite. It sounds like everybody knows that, but it just doesn't happen in my experience. So the diagram I've got kind of behind me there is my model of go-to-market, and it really says everything starts with a customer, and everything that you need to do, figuring out how your product fits, figuring out your messaging, figuring out your sales strategy and your marketing strategy, that all starts with the customer. And the fundamental strategic objective, this is a quote I always have in front of me. The fundamental strategic objective is to obtain customer bonding, attract, satisfy, retain the customer. That's it. That's what it's all about. So if you don't understand the customer, you can't do it. And what I do with clients now, I've developed a really in-depth ideal customer profile that goes way beyond what I used to do from this ICP standpoint. And especially with AI now, the way we can get inside, virtually get inside customers' heads and figuring out who our ICP is phenomenal.
That's interesting because years ago I had a friend. I would get mad at him because I would have another great idea, and I'd be telling him, "Well, it's like, Kev, what's in it for me?" That's all I care.
Yeah.
And I would get mad, but I'm like, damn, he's right, because again, you're like, this is awesome from my standpoint. He's like, all that matters is what the people care about.
Yeah.
We can have, oh, this is going to make life easier for me. We don't care, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The number one radio station for everybody. WIF.
Yeah,
What's in it for me?
It just really is.
Yeah.
The other thing, I was guilty of this too when I first started my business, is I thought I was going to have all sorts of clients. I'm thinking about everyone I ever met at a networking man. Oh, they're going to love my idea, Andy. And you come in with this revenue projection, and then you get humbled. Andy, you're really not going to join? Ah, I'm good with the groups I'm in. Oh, I didn't see that coming. So that number two, swinging for the fences?
Yeah, swinging for the fences. So that's number two, and again, I think we're all guilty of this. We think we're gonna hit the big one, hit the lottery, hit the big customer, get the big sale, all of that stuff, and to a fault, right? So it really business is more like baseball, where the base hits matter. Another way I've seen it put is what the coach of the British cycling team talked about, the aggregation of marginal gains. If you make a 1% improvement on how you're positioned on the bike, and a 1% improvement on your nutrition, and a 1% improvement on your training, and you keep making these 1%, 2% small improvements, base hits, then you're going to actually come out with a compounded growth rate. So I really work with again with my clients on, we want to double sales. Of course we do. Everybody does, especially as you're in a small, fast growth mode. But getting those base hits and looking at just all of the basics and improving across the board. So I work on 12 key strategies, and say if we make a 1 or 2% improvement on your market dominating position or your value prop, on your compelling offer, on your price increases, on your upsell, cross-sell, downsell techniques. Those 1% add up, and pretty soon you're doubling your business.
Yeah, it made me smile. It made me think of an old consultant from my banking days. He would always yell at us, "It's just basic blocking and tackling."
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
right. Just all the
yeah,
analogies you use. If you just make that block, you're gonna
yeah,
keep going. You don't need that big Hail Mary pass and stuff. So, like I said, that's sound advice.
yeah.
What's number three?
Yeah, this one is one that I'm the most guilty of in my career, because I started off in sales, and I was even VP of sales for a startup that we took in 4 years from 0 to 100 million. We did an IPO and all that stuff.
Mm,
So we grew like crazy, right? Sounds great, but we
yeah.
were focused on revenue growth, not profit.
So
So,
the expenses were creeping up a little bit on you there, buddy.
well, yeah, we were like growing like a weed, but what like a weed, I guess, when the market changed, we didn't have the foundation. We didn't have the profits to withstand. So I've seen that happen myself. It wasn't really till I became a CEO and ran my own companies that I realized how critical profit and cash are. So, now the mantra is revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, cash is king. Uh, and I've also seen companies run out of cash.
Yeah.
Uh, so anyway, kind of the school of hard knocks on that, but it's just critical to focus on not just revenue growth, but growing strong and growing from a profit standpoint. So that's a big part of my advice and my counseling to my clients.
I know I'm going to vote for number three as being the most important one there because
Yeah,
you've seen all these shows on TV, the Ubers of the just they
yeah,
keep growing and stuff, and you just burn through all your cash, and then you
yeah,
get into trouble and stuff. So that's been a kind of a lesson we've seen a lot in the news lately. So Andy,
yeah,
what's the best way for people to reach out there? How can they learn more if they're experiencing these types of issues?
yeah. Well, I've got my email there and my phone number behind me. A Sherman at apexgrowthadvisors.net. Drop me an email. Give me a call. I've got a couple of resources that help with all this that I can provide. So I've written a book about those 12 strategies and kind of how to execute that. I've got a simulator to simulate your revenue and profit growth. So I'd be happy to provide that. And then I've got even a academy, a whole set of training tools. If customers or anyone is interested, I can talk about that. So yeah, give me a call, drop me a line, and I can provide a whole set of resources and would be happy to.
Andy, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes to call into the show, and as always, thanks for being my friend.
Okay, thank you, Kevin.